So he's actually saying Tatsumaki senpukyaku. Tatsumaki means tornado. Senpu means spinning wind. Kyaku means feet. So Tatsumaki senpukyaku is powerful spinning leg kick.
No, Street Fighter, they use like a lot of different Japanese commands.
Is he saying
So let's go ahead and get into this. This is very interesting.
are you Ken? It sounds like a Dugan. Wait, is he even speaking in Japanese?
Attack the fruity kid?
No, I'm not saying attack the fruity kid.
If they're actually speaking Japanese in this game, why doesn't it sound like it? And more importantly, what do those words even mean? I'm gonna break down all the Japanese you hear in Street Fighter 2, from the special moves to the meaning of the writing on the different stages. And just for fun, we're gonna take a look at this game too, and try to figure out what means. But first, let's start with Street Fighter 2 and the most iconic character in the game,
Of course.
the chicken guy on the cheerleading stage.
Round one, fight!
One cut, another cut, turn it outside, one cut, hold it back, hold it back.
Why are we watching a chicken?
The whole chicken leg comes out, and the whole comes out like this.
The most iconic move is the Hadouken, but it doesn't sound like Hadouken at all. To me, it sounds like a Hadouken. Why does it sound so bad? It's mainly because of the limitations of technology at the time.
Wait, hold on. This is very interesting because
Also, when you're playing, you hear the sound of the punching and kicking.
this is very interesting because this is from a Japanese perspective. Like she's hearing it from her obviously she's fluent in Japanese, so it's like very interesting getting someone that's actually Japanese. Even though we have a lot of Japanese players in the FGC that they play, they don't really get to speak on it because they don't speak English, so they can't really describe it to us. But this is the first time I'm seeing someone that's actually Japanese talking about all these like Japanese commands that are used in Street Fighter. So it's interesting.
And then the background music and that makes it so difficult to hear. So that's why everything that the character says sounds so muffled, like.
So she said. So basically, she said because of because this is Street Fighter 2, so this is like a 30-year-old game. So like basically, like the limitations of technology, you can't really hear the fullness of the word. So that's interesting.
But what does Hadouken means in Japanese?
I'm Scott Hilton. I've worked across the aisle to provide teachers with historic pay raises, secured value.
Ha means wave, like a wave in the ocean. Do means movement. Ken means fist. Combined together, moving wave, fist. Next move is. Actually, he's saying shoryuken.
Shoryuken.
Sho means rising. Ryu means dragon. Ken means fist. So all together, rising dragon fist.
No way.
I heard that a lot of non-Japanese people heard it as Ryuken or shoryuken. That's so funny that non-Japanese people, try to make up the word in their own language, which we do it a lot. We actually have the same phenomenon called soramimi, means useless ear. And next, we get the most mysterious moves. It's not your fault if you couldn't hear what he's saying. It almost sounds like Data And I also heard that some people hear this, how's the shampoo can? How's the shampoo can?
You don't know what you're saying, do you?
Of course I do.
You don't know what you're saying.
Of course I do.
You don't know what you're saying.
I do.
So, he's actually saying Tatsumaki senpukyaku. Tatsumaki means tornado. Senpu means spinning wind. Kyaku means feet. So, Tatsumaki senpukyaku is powerful spinning leg kick like a tornado.
I'm sticking with Hatachafruken.
I didn't understand what he was saying either. Even though it was saying in Japanese, my own language, I don't think I can ever understand what he was saying. But in Japan.
So interesting that as a Japanese speaker, she didn't really have an idea of what he was saying. She speaks fluent Japanese. In Japan, it's not like they speak 7 different versions of Japanese like in China. There's 18 different versions of Chinese. There's like one Japanese basically. And it's interesting that she didn't really recognize. So basically, like the game, basically that just means that the game was a little bit inaccurate, or like she said earlier, that because it was like it's a really old, the technology is pretty old, that the recording wasn't, top tier.
When you buy a game, they used to come with this small booklet that they talk all about the moves. So they also put the Tatsumaki senpuku, how to read it, and then what's the special about the moves and stuff. But those aren't the only Japanese words that are used in the game. Actually, Lee Honda and Chun-Li actually spoke in Japanese in the game. But before we talk about that, let's check out this character from Mortal Kombat!
Finish him. Brutality.
This game wasn't that popular in Japan. Actually, I never heard of that game until Mr. Eats told me about this game. But he told me that Mortal Kombat was actually as popular as Street Fighter 2.
Oh yeah, I played this growing up.
Raiden is the god of lightning in the game. And in Japan, we have the same god in the same name, Raiden-sama. Or Raijin-sama. You see a lot of small drums around him. He looks kind of scary or a little bit like a demon, right? But in the Mortal Kombat video game creator, he wanted Raiden to look like the character from this movie called Big Trouble in Little China. So, because it's a Japanese character and I'm Japanese, I'm very curious what he's saying. Wait, one more time? Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know exactly what he's saying, but to me, he's saying, Bai mai noroe! Very close, right? Bai mai noroe! Bai means boob or boobs. So, bai! Mae narae is the line-up motion that kids have to do at school. Hai, mae narae! So in English, boom, line up! And when you look at the Raiden's move, he's actually doing line-up move. So boom, line up!
The words that he's screaming is not real words, but some of the things that Americans thought he was saying was...
I can understand.
Your mother's from LA!
LA! Your mother's from LA! But I'm not sure.
You know what's interesting too? As kids, we used to always, I know like me and my friends, we used to always like make up what we thought they were saying, and we would just like say it. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think we actually believed that that's what they were saying, but like we used to always I remember like we used to always come up with our version of what they were saying.
I'm not convinced about the your mother is from part. I think he says pai. So now let's go back to Street Fighter 2 and let's take a look at what E Honda is saying in Japanese in the game.
Please.
And also Chun-Li.
Please.
But before that, I think it's so fun to see so many people actually learning Japanese or Japanese culture from the video game I grew up enjoying playing. And learning Japanese through your favorite games can be fun. But if you're really trying to learn Japanese and you are doing it the old-fashioned way, it can be pain in the butt. That's why I recommend Rosetta Stone, the partner of today's video. I'm a visual learner, so I learn languages best when I can see what the word actually means. That's why I like the immersive feature of Rosetta Stone. First, you learn the language by combining words, native speech, and image together.
彼らは肉を飼っています。
Okay, 彼らは肉を飼っています。I'm a super visual learner.
Okay, let's skip that part. Thank you.
But he says this. So actually he's saying Doskoi. My husband used to say Humhoi. But I was like, Humhoi? What does Humhoi mean? E Honda is Japanese. I don't remember E Honda saying Humhoi in the game. Doskoi is a special chant that the sumo wrestler used to express their strengths and
That makes sense.
how powerful they are. Sumo wrestler actually, when they fight Doskoi, Doskoi, they don't say it. But for Japanese, it's a very easy to understand when somebody says Doskoi is, oh, he must be a sumo wrestler. So I think in this game, creator wanted to make E Honda sounds even more like he is a sumo wrestler. So instead of he saying they said doskoi. Moving to Chun-Li, she's actually not Japanese, but she does say few words in Japanese here. Actually, the name of the move is Spinning Bird Kick, but she actually spoke in Japanese English accent, like spinning bird kick. But there's one Japanese phrase that she says when she wins. Yatta is used when Japanese people celebrate or when they win the game or something. In English, you would say yeah or woohoo.
Hey, what's with all the noise?
But I don't know why this Chinese character actually spoke in Japanese. By the way, in Dude Stage, which takes
Hey man, just let us have fun with it, man. Just let us have fun with it.
place in Suzaku Castle. Actually, Suzaku Castle doesn't exist in Japan. It's based on a real castle called Matsuejo in Shimane Prefecture. Looking at the Dude Stage and then real Matsuejo, I think they did a pretty good job. So when you look at the both side of the screen, you see like a small signs, right? Two signs there. It's actually said Furin-kazan. Furin-kazan is a strategy that made by a very famous Japanese shogun, Takeda Shingen. He actually liked to draw Furin-kazan, this word on the flag when they went to battlefield. Fu means wind, so move fast like wind. Rin means forest. Stay still like forest. Ka means fire, fierce like fire. Zan means mountain, immovable like mountains. Altogether it means combining speed, calmness, aggression, and stability. By the way, Ihonda stage is actually in the Sento. Sento is a Japanese traditional public bath. You see the curtain things hanging on the wall? It says "you" in Japanese. "You" literally means warm water. But when you see this sign "you" in Japan, it 100% means public bath or hot spring. And also underneath the curtain thing, it says katakana, Capcom. So I guess this center's name is Capcom-yu, Capcom public bath. Which is very neat. Actually, I just found out now, in between the mirrors is usually local advertisement. In Japan, the public bath is a very good way to promote your own local business like that. They usually put what kind of business they have and also the phone number as well. It's kind of hard to see, but I think it says perm, which is for the local hairdresser advertisement. There's another sign that says honetsugi, means chiropractic. So that's a probably local chiropractic clinic put the ad here. On the right side of the stage, you can see a huge lantern. It says oiri. Oiri means making great money or the business is really doing good. So when you win the stage, you see the new picture on the center drawing. It said shobu ari, means victory decided. I think it's so cool that people all around the world can learn Japanese from our video games. On the other hand, a part of me dies from second-hand embarrassment when English speakers use these Japanese words without knowing their true meaning. This one, you've definitely seen before. Pervert. But it's actually not what you think it means. I'll tell the true meaning of this and other crazy Japanese words you guys use, but don't really understand in this video. So I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Okini!
Guess we'll have to save that for another time.
Is he saying...
But very interesting video.
Is he saying...
But I'd love to get you guys' thoughts. Like, what do you think about this video? Did you find it interesting? Are you a Street Fighter fan? Because like I found this like extremely, I found this extremely interesting. Like this was a learning experience for me. And I'm big on languages. I'm big on Street Fighter. So this is my type of stuff. Like I would, these games that I've been playing for years since I was very young. I've been playing Street Fighter for a long time, and so it's just interesting to know like what some of these words actually mean, like the fact that they actually mean something, like they're not just saying random stuff, and then getting the perspective from an actual Japanese person, is very like that's fluent in Japanese, that can speak English and communicate with us as well. So I'd love to get your thoughts if you found this interesting, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.